Our British police are admired the world over. Now 4 police officers from across the globe are heading to Britain to learn about our frontline policing techniques.
I know about the bobbies.
I've watched a drill at some stage or another.
And they are very polite.
Hoping to develop their skills, officers from Samoa, Colombia, Zambia and the Australian outback will learn how the UK police deal with troublemakers.
We get called pigs.
Big like animal.
So far, they've policed a cross-section of British society. Football hooligans, binge drinkers, prostitutes, and even a member of the royal family.
That was wonderful.
This week, they're in Gwent, South Wales, dealing with drugs and dealers.
That's a lot of gunja, mate. The most gunja I've ever seen.
And heading back home to put what they've learnt in the UK into practice.
I have learned so much from the UK police, and there's so much that I wanted to take back.
I was particularly impressed with their public order training. Well, if they're doing the training there, then why the hell aren't we doing it here?
Go, stop him. Keep going.
This is Police Academy UK. The 4 foreign officers have just a few more days before their UK policing experience draws to a close. Over the past 4 weeks, they've been surprised at the amount of police resources spent on the binge drinkers of Britain.
Will you escort me down to that pub?
Which pub?
At the corner, will you escort me down to Castle so I don't get beat up? Will you escort me there?
They've witnessed the lack of respect towards police officers in the UK.
You didn't go to university. You're a dumb fuck. Obviously, because you're a police officer.
And a crash course in UK riot training.
Petrol bombs, missiles at the same time.
Means they're now fully qualified to be on the front line of UK policing. Today they're leaving the inner city grit of Birmingham and heading to South Wales to learn from the third and final force, Gwent Police. They'll be staying in the rural village of Crickhowell, nestled in the Welsh Valleys.
It's alright, okay, microwave.
Outback Officer Luke feels right at home.
I'm used to policing in a small country town, and I'm presuming that this is probably going to be as close to policing in Kalgoorlie as I'm going to get.
Cocaine-busting Gonzalo is from Colombia's capital city, Bogota, so this is completely new territory.
From the big city, in one of the nicest area of Birmingham, to the countryside, what a contrast, man. What a contrast.
Now in Wales, it's not just the policing techniques that are unfamiliar.
Okay. The name of the town that we're in, I'm not sure, and I don't know whereabouts exactly in Wales it is.
Very queer name. Crickhowell. Crickhowell.
Crickhowell.
No, it's over there.
That's how you pronounce it.
Okay, I'll have to look it up on the internet.
Crickhowell.
Yeah,
Crickhowell.
South Wales is known for its beautiful rolling valleys and hills. But as a former mining area, it's now got its fair share of unemployment and drug-related crime. Aussie Luke wants to see how the UK police deal with drug offences, so that he might use the same tactics back home.
G'day, Sarge, how are you? Pleased to meet you, Luke.
This disused warehouse has been doubling up as a giant greenhouse. Sergeant Shane Underwood is showing Luke what the police have unearthed.
Come through here.
Holy shit, that is something else.
A field of marijuana. Luke's a first-class constable from Kalgoorlie in Western Australia, and he's no stranger to drug crime. In fact, just before arriving in the UK, he oversaw a seizure of his own.
We're just going to knock, play it by ear. If I say hit it, then yeah, you know what to do. Yeah, let's go. G'day mate, how you going? It's the police. I've got a Misuse of Drugs Act search warrant to execute at this address. Could you unlock the door for me, please? Here, excuse me, can you come here, please?
Where?
Excuse me, mate.
Where?
Luke gets in quick, so there's no time for the suspect to hide any drugs.
Is there anyone else in the house? Is there anyone else in the house?
No, it's only us.
No, okay. Can you guys just help me clear the room, please?
And the raid has paid off.
Right, as you can see, we've just got a cannabis plant. Just going to rip it out of the pot, seize it. We've got our plant, and it wasn't a tomato plant after all, and everyone's happy, and we'll go home with smiles on our faces.
But back in Wales, the drugs uncovered are part of a much bigger crop.
I've never seen anything like this before, ever.
This was all covered, all of it was covered with, as you see there, just cannabis growing like that.
It's like something out of a movie, Sarge. I've never seen anything like it. They've obviously got quite the green thumb, these boys.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Police have arrested 3 cannabis farmers who've been living here 24/7 tending to the plants.
That's a lot of ganja, mate. That is the most ganja I've ever seen with my own eyes.
Well, I think you call that a good party. Yeah.
That is big dollars there.
Yeah, it is. I wouldn't even estimate how much profit would be in it for these guys and what the street value of all that would be. Yeah, hundreds of thousands of pounds.
If something like this was to be seized in Kalgoorlie, then this would be front page news. This would be something really, really big. Something like this would come close to making the national news.
I doubt this is going to make the local newspaper, unfortunately.
Really?
Yeah.
And if I don't take a photo, then the boys back home won't believe me when I
Yeah,
tell
yeah.
them how much is here.
Absolutely. What's your head?
Yeah, pretty easy.
Wow.
I can't say I'll be sending that one home to Mum.
Alfred, the Zambian Assistant Commissioner, is on his way to a community policing project. Since his arrival in the UK,
Hi, I'm here.
he's been put through his paces with British police techniques.
Right turn! Obviously you go wrong way, okay? You must be deaf.
He's experienced firsthand the intensity of British riot training.
I could not see. I was not seeing where I was going.
And was impressed by how the UK police use dogs to sniff out criminals.
Yay! Good I was terrified. He was just coming. This is a good dog.
But he's been shocked by the young people of Britain.
Okay, you're being detained because it's got nothing to do with you being black.
You must have respect. You don't address people you don't know like that.
I'm asking you again.
No.
Okay, what is
you
your
can't
name?
address
Okay,
me like
officer,
that.
what's your name?
Yeah, you should have
Officer,
done
what's your
that.
name?
Okay?
What's your name,
To
officer?
behave, I can't tell you.
Alfred's now curious to see things from the young people's point of view. So today, he's talking to an offender sentenced to community service. Although Alfred is still struggling with the Welsh language and accent.
Scrub over it like that, deal with the wet. Scrub it and keep it wet. So, how do you find this, Ryan?
I like that.
You like it, huh?
I don't like it. Like it means just got to do it, haven't I?
You speak slowly, I can't hear what you're saying.
It's alright, like doing it. I don't like coming down. Got to do it, haven't I?
Whilst Alfred's lost in translation, Samoan police officer Usafono is patrolling the Welsh valleys.
So this is Fleur-de-Lis, the village. It's really nice how they build their houses. It's like almost every houses are the same. Yeah, matching, yeah.
Unlike Alfred, she's having no problems communicating with the locals.
Morning.
Where are you from, my darling?
Samoa.
Samoa?
It's in the Pacific. It took me 3 days to get here.
3 days?
Yeah.
You should have gone on an airplane.
Put a scour on top there.
But Alfred's finally got a hang of the Welsh accent, and he's starting to find out more about Ryan's past.
What did you do, Alan? Your name is Alan? Ryan. What did you do for you to...
Driving without a licence.
No, driving without a licence?
Yeah, possession of amphetamine.
Possession of?
Amphetamine. Drugs.
Oh, amphetamine. Oh, that's a drug, yes.
Yeah.
Did you manufacture it?
No, I do manufacture.
What type of drugs do you take apart from methamphetamine?
Amphetamine, cannabis.
Cannabis?
Smoke like, yeah.
That's a dangerous drug.
What?
Cannabis.
Cannabis? No, dangerous, man.
You have friends?
Friends, yeah.
If they came and found you doing this, would you feel ashamed?
No, not really, because most of my friends are only doing it as well, like, you mean?
Oh, okay. You know, we should stop drugs. When you stop drugs, you'll be a good man.
As well as dealing with those already in trouble, the British police try to help young people to avoid a life of crime. Alfred's keen to look into this, so he's come to Rimney Police Station.
This is reception.
As a community officer in Zambia, Alfred works hard to rehabilitate street kids by taking them into care. It's an aspect of policing he feels passionately about.
My life is all about assisting the vulnerable in the society.
Hello, sir.
Hi, how are you?
Great to meet you.
Thank you very
Come on in.
much.
Back in Gwent, he's meeting a British officer equally committed to helping young people.
My name's Fran Richley.
Fran
Francis, everybody calls me Fran.
Yeah, my name is now Alfred.
Alfred.
Yeah, that's right.
Inspector Fran Richley has set up a project to give local youths a sense of purpose. He's taking Alfred to Voice Radio, a local station where one of his teenagers is on work experience.
This is Alfred. Alfred's a police officer from Zambia.
Sean Bosley was caught riding a motorbike illegally. Rather than prosecuting him, Fran's keen to keep him off the street with new opportunities. And Alfred's quick to quiz him.
I'm from a country known as Zambia.
Yeah.
Can you say that?
Zambia.
Zambia.
Yeah.
Again?
Zambia.
Very good. The capital city of Zambia is Lusaka. What's the capital city of Zambia?
Pardon?
What's the capital city of Zambia? Lusaka.
Lusaka.
Today's a big day for Sean. He's getting his first taste of DJing live on air.
Hello, Sean.
Right.
You are now in the driving seat.
Yep.
You were in the big boy's chair. And he's going to be doing a little bit of a link, you know? A little bit of a link.
What's that?
A link. You know the link we were on about?
Oh, I don't.
You're going to be operating some of the equipment.
Yep.
Which is pretty cool. And we've also got a special guest. How's it going?
Oh, well, man.
Yeah.
How is it?
Yeah? Well, is it nice to be over here?
It's a good experience to me because I've never had this opportunity.
Yeah. Right, so we're going to be handing over now to Sean. So are you going to introduce the next song for us?
Yep, it's You Know Me by Robbie Williams.
I think you might be the next Robbie Williams looking at
If you'd like to get in contact with us, it's the word voice to 82727.
Alfred steps in to finish the set.
2, 1.
Yeah, hopefully you are finding it so lovely and voice radio is really treating you to some good music. Next on the lineup now I'm going to give you this nice number which is done by Maroon 5 and it's entitled Misery. Hope you're going to enjoy it.
That's it. Spot on.
Alfred's seen firsthand how the British police use community projects to help young people. An idea he might implement when he returns home to his own force. In Newport, PCO Safono has signed up to a night shift, patrolling the city's gay venues. It's been an eye-opening few weeks for her. At first, she was out of her depth.
See you gonna top that, bruv. I'm gonna punch you up, bruv. I'm gonna slice your little throat.
It really makes me feel uncomfortable to work in a country like this as a police officer. It really makes me feel scared and nervous.
The timid island girl soon realised that in Britain, female officers are treated equal to men, so she needed to toughen up.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, of course I do.
All 10 on the target.
I think I got it.
And her confidence grew as she turned her hand to skills traditionally carried out by men back home.
Calm down, I said I moved back from the door.
I'm really proud of myself. You know, I feel I have more power now than before.
But parts of UK society still left her stunned.
Yeah, I didn't get really accepted because of my sexuality and everything.
This is the first time that I met a gay person, because I never come across anyone that's just come up to me and tell me that he's gay. But that was really surprised.
Come with me.
She's now on a mission to broaden her horizons even further. She'll be joining a team working to help the local gay community. But as homosexuality is illegal in Samoa, Usafono hasn't realised that the officers she's with are all gay themselves.
I don't know what you know about LGBT liaison officers or LGBT.
I know it's about gay and lesbian, but what does it
that's exactly what it means, actually, is lesbian, gay, bisexual and transgender.
The team are from all ranks of Gwent Police and have volunteered to launch this new scheme.
We have found that people who are victims of homophobic crimes don't come forward and report it because, one, that perhaps they don't feel that they'd be taken seriously, and two, that perhaps we're not understanding and sympathetic to their needs.
I'm really interested, and I'm really surprised that you guys are actually, you know, comfortable to do it here.
Yeah. How do you feel about going into a gay club tonight?
Well, like I said, I'm like not really comfortable going to a club like this. I mean, I don't have a problem with gay people or lesbian people. You know, I don't have a problem with them at all, but I'm just really not comfortable talking to them because I might say something that might offend them, and that's not really, I don't want to.
Usafono hits the streets, anxious not to say the wrong thing.
Oh, basically, I'm from Samoa, and I have no idea what gay means. I mean, how are you guys finding it, like being gay? I mean, you guys are not gay, I mean, not being gay. I know you're not gay, but no, that came out wrong, sorry. I mean, do you guys support this? I mean, how are you finding it this, like, now the police is...
It'll give, like, the gay community a lot more confidence to come out as well. So, you know, if they're getting abuse, they can just come straight to the police and stuff like that. So.
How do you feel about it? About gay people and lesbian people, how do you feel about it?
Equal, like the rest of us. Got no one way or the other. I bet it's still hard to be gay in the police force or in the armed forces or any of the.
I don't know. I've never had any problems myself. I'm always up front when it comes up. I normally get asked if I.
Comes up.
Yeah.
Sorry. Good pun there.
Usafono finally realises that PC Mark is gay.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know you were gay.
Sorry?
I didn't know you were gay. Sorry.
You didn't know I was gay?
Yeah, I was supposed to ask what I was supposed to ask after saying.
That's okay. No, I'm sorry. Maybe I should have told you before we started.
It's all right.
You're okay with it?
I said I have no problem with talking to people now, so
that's fine. No, don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yeah, if I say something offensive, then just tell me no, because I'm not really used to talking to people gay a lot. So.
Don't worry about it, honestly. Don't worry about it.
Usafono's realising that unlike her own country, the British police accepts people from all backgrounds. But that doesn't stop her putting her foot in it again.
You sing really well, Linda.
Thank you. I do try. I like to think I'm all right, even though my parents tell me otherwise.
The kind of person that you are, we call them fag at home. I'm sorry if that offended you, but just that...
Oh, no, that's quite okay.
Oh, yeah, but that's...
Ask a little favour, though, could I? Could you sort of speak up a little bit?
Oh, really? the kind of people that you are, we call them fag at home. Is it okay if I ask, like, do you like being fag? You know,
do I like
the way you are now?
I've always been very effeminate myself. I've always been very, well, I suppose a lot of people would call it camp. And when people just assume that you're pulling it on as an act, that is quite hurtful. I mean, because I know fine well, this is me, this is who I am.
Usafono was determined not to offend anyone working within the gay community.
The word fag is quite an offensive remark. For a gay person to be called, that would be quite offensive.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say it, sorry.
No. I don't take offence from it.
Yeah.
I don't like the word myself, but where you come from, like you said, it's perfectly acceptable, so I'm not offended at all.
Sweet.
It's been a challenging night for Usafono, but one that's given her ideas for her own force.
They're human beings, they're just the same. It's just that their sexuality is different, that makes them different from anyone else's. But I'm really quite comfortable now after talking to these people, so I'm not scared at all to go back home and tell my colleagues that I've been able to talk to gay people. And if there's ever a person that wants to join the police force that's gay and he needed help or she needed help, I would actually encourage that person to come in the office, and she or he would have my full support on that.
The shift has given Usafono food for thought, and she's keen to get her international colleagues' views on what she's seen.
LGBT. It's a lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans,
Transgender.
Yeah, transgender. It's a little bit weird because all the officers that I was with, they're okay. And
what?
They're okay.
What does it mean?
I mean, they go out with the same sex person. There are 2 female officers and 1 guy. I don't have any officer back home who's gay, but...
Officially?
No, I'm serious. No, I'm serious. It was really surprised for me to see a police officer, that's gay.
In Zambia, gay sex is classed as a serious crime, punishable by up to 14 years in jail.
It's going against nature, going against the order of nature. That's what it is. That's why this discrimination that is going on, it's not that anyone else is discriminating them, it's themselves that are discriminating each other, because they know it's not the right thing to do in the eyes of God and in the eyes of the society.
Do you have gay police officers in your ministry?
I believe so, yeah. They're still
hiding,
undercover.
It just seems weird why you would need a specialist team to go and tell gay people that they can report offences to the police. I mean, there wouldn't be any need for it, I wouldn't have thought, back home. Because I don't think people are reluctant to come to the police just because of their sexual preference. It would be just a waste of resources.
There's just a few days to go before the foreign officers head back to their home countries to implement ideas they picked up from the UK police. They've learned about drunks and disorder, anti-terrorism and football hooliganism. But now it's time for 2 of them to take part in a highly orchestrated raid. Today, Usafono and Alfred have joined Operation Spotlight.
This morning we're going to be dealing with 3 drugs warrants.
It's a slick operation set up to target prolific offenders.
These are going to be violent individuals that we're going to be dealing with this morning, and it's imperative that our safety is utmost of my concern and must be of your concern as well.
It's Usafono and Alfred's first UK raid. Just 2 weeks ago, they were put through their paces in the West Midlands, training in the art of breaking and entering.
We'll go on 3. You count. Huh? Yeah. Wait, you count. Loud. 1, 2, 3. Yep. 2, 3. Oh.
Now they have the chance to put their skills to the test. Both international officers are geared up for what's to come.
They are very gallant police officers, men and women here, so we are protected.
Yeah, I'm quite really keen to go out and see how they do the searches and comparing it to how we do it in Samoa as well.
Alfred's joining the unit in charge of breaking and entering. Usafono will be hot on their heels with the search team. It's crucial for Alfred's team to act fast when they get to the first job.
This is a Class A drugs warrant. There's a good chance of disposing of any evidence.
Oh, yes.
We've got to get in there and get there quick.
It takes less than 30 seconds for the suspect to be held down and cuffed.
You kick off with me, you go straight back on the floor, you get strapped, you get taken to the van the way you are.
Yeah,
you understand me?
Come on,
Do you want?
Do you understand me?
With the suspect restrained, Alfred's work at the first property is done.
Yeah, that was successful.
And his team head to the next location, while Usafono and the search team arrive to scout the property for evidence. The police know that 2 people live in this house, and it doesn't take long for them to find what they're looking for.
Smell it? Yeah? Again, there's just more and more deal bags. So I don't know how much she's using a day, but clearly it's enough to keep her busy. She'll need to be brought up for the purposes of a drug search. She may be taken back to Newport Central for that.
2 people are arrested and bundled into police vans. And they're not happy. A couple of streets away, Alfred's breaking and entering team are kitted up and ready for their next unsuspecting target.
It's okay, I'm good.
Once we've got a space secure, then the young man's coming downstairs. In the living room, mate.
With the suspect confined to the living room, a police dog's brought in to search for evidence.
The dog is trained to search for controlled drugs. It's also trained to search for cash. Basically, he's been up on his back paws and he's given an indication of that in there, which is a large amount of cash. It's up to them now to explain where that large amount of cash has come from. Are you obtaining this cash from drug dealing offences? Or are you saving up for Christmas? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows?
But Alfred's confused by the British way of gathering evidence.
Why don't you count it?
It's taken as it is and placed into the bag, so we can't go through it.
If you count
in case of forensics, maybe if it's going to be fingerprinted, perhaps if the suspect denies any knowledge of the cash or it's not his.
I think in Zambia they will really count it.
The police continue their search and find a bag of cannabis and a pile of receipts.
It's a quantity of receipts for large amounts of cash purchases. We're talking a few £100s worth of items have been purchased all by cash. Again, it's up to the inquiry team now and for the suspect to account for how he's come into ownership of all that amount of money to purchase things, especially if he's unemployed as well.
When you play around with drugs in Zambia, then you're just asking for a very long custodial sentence. Except I'm disappointed with the kind of punishment you give to the people that are using these drugs, especially cannabis.
Yeah,
because to make not even
unfortunately, we can lock them up, we can seize all the drugs, but what happens to them after is not up to us.
At the end of the morning raids, 5 arrests were made.
How did you guys find it this morning? Was that any good to you?
Yeah, I think it was interesting. It has been very successful and I really like it.
It's just a very interesting point for me to see the police follows every procedure of what they do, like their job, and it's all understandable. And the way the briefing was at, everyone was at their areas at the same time, and understanding what their role is in during the search was thoroughly done as well.
With hardly any time left in Britain to learn about new police techniques, Alfred and Luke are hitting the road on bikes. Whilst in the UK, high-ranking Assistant Commissioner Alfred has sometimes struggled with the physical demands of being back in the field.
I was a little bit tired, you know me, I'm aged, I'm 46 years and running around with these kids, and I got too tired.
Get busy with your thumb, Alfred, get you up the hill easier. You right?
But nothing he's faced so far has been as steep a challenge as cycling in the Welsh valleys and hills.
That's the end.
You right there, Uncle?
Yeah?
There's no more hills.
Yeah.
No more hills.
Cycling the streets not only helps to bring officers closer to criminals, but also to other members of the community.
What's this, a convention?
We've got a couple of visitors from overseas. We've got Alfred here from Zambia.
Zambia? How are you, Al? Okay. You find it cold here?
Very, extremely cold.
You got three coats on here.
Using bikes means officers can sneak up on suspects quietly.
This is new. We normally just pop up over the curb and have a quick whip around, and you know, sometimes we're lucky as well. We catch people up here, albeit if they're just, you know, having a puff of cannabis. It's got its advantages compared to the cars.
Today there's no criminal activity, so the officers create work for themselves.
Like there's a bag in the front in it.
For the police, leaving a carrier bag in a car is a crime waiting to happen.
Take the reg, do a PNC licensing check. It's a pre-formatted letter.
Yep.
And it gets sent off in the post. Just a bit of an exercise. That's it.
Bit of proactive policing, mate.
Well, yeah, that's all it is.
It might have been a tiring exercise, but the international officers can see the positives of police using bikes.
It's a very good idea because on foot patrol it's good, but you can't go very far. With bicycles, you can cover a lot of places. Yeah. And it's good, you still keep your contact with the community. Community members, you meet them, you talk to them. Yeah. That's wonderful.
Yeah, it's a good bit of kit. It's an avenue that I'm going to have to explore when I get home and see if we can maybe get ourselves a couple of bikes.
How hilly is Lusaka?
It's not very hilly. Flat? Yeah, flat. You can enjoy it. You can enjoy it. Yeah.
Their 5 weeks in the UK has been a steep learning curve for all our 4 international officers. Even high-ranking Colonel Gonzalo Londoño.
Ready to go?
More accustomed to dealing with Colombia's drug gangs, Gonzalo found himself bewildered when he came face to face with football hooligans at a local derby.
Hold on, watch out, watch out.
And unsure of British protocol when he policed security on a royal visit.
I don't know exactly what is the way to like, Your Highness, I don't know what is the proper way to say that. I just gave him my best salute.
But the drunken weekend partygoers in Colchester were the biggest surprise.
Seems like people really like to drink alcohol.
Now he wants to see how Gwent Police deals with revellers on a Friday night. It's their last night, and Luke and Gonzalo are in Newport for one final shift.
How are you? Good to see you again. Nice to see you. All right. Welcome to Mangy Police Station tonight.
Gonzalo's with Inspector Paul Jackson, while PC Luke's joining British coppers on the front line. It's the last Friday before Christmas, dubbed Black Friday by police, as paychecks are in and revellers are out the length and breadth of the UK. For Gwent Police, it's the biggest night of the year, and they're expecting trouble. So Gonzalo's heading to the town centre with the inspector.
Come on now. Welcome to the cream of Welsh, of Newport's population. I know that's a bit of a sweeping statement, but it'll be proved later.
Ready for action, Luke and the support team rock up in the town centre. Outback Officer Luke seems impressed by what Newport has to offer.
Seems like it's a common theme in the UK, mate. The old miniskirts.
It's possible, despite there being -6. Yeah.
Come here, rude boy, can you get it up? Come here, rude boy, is you big enough?
Inspector Jackson wants to show off Gwent's newly launched mobile police stations, parked in the town centre.
Right, lads, this is a colonel from the Colombian police. So we're just having a bit of a walk about and that.
Are you all right?
The van is used as a way of keeping good relations between revellers and the police. Screens churning out promotional videos aim to build respect from the public.
Another TV on that side, another screen on that side. Yeah.
And even lollies and water are dished out as a way of keeping everyone calm.
Oh, the joys of neighbourhood policing.
Yeah, but for us, it's about building that confidence and trust, and then delivering on it. So yeah, it looks like it's a good initiative.
Gonzalo's impressed.
I really like that car over there. It really can make bridges between the community and the police. We saw many people around, getting the water or even the lollipop, whatever. It can be a single reason for the people to approach the police and have a nice chat. At least they know the police is there. This is something that is really good to have.
But the mobile police stations don't always attract the right clientele.
Oh, some blokes bloody drunk as 10 men, can't even stand up. Oh, Jesus. That would have hurt.
Luke's used to policing drunks in Australia, but since being in the UK, he's seen his fair share of boozed-up Britain.
Personal space now, okay?
I'm not in your personal space.
Well, you are. I'm telling you, stand over by the pole now.
And even dabbled himself.
I'm as dry as a pommy bath mat, mate, so I need to go and get stuck into a bit of water.
But what he's experiencing tonight is still a shock.
Oh, mate, is as rotten as a chop. I don't know whether I've ever seen anyone this drunk before.
In fact, the man is so drunk that Constable Mark Barwood thinks that hospital is the only option.
I don't particularly like taking hammered people into the Gwent because they're busy people at the end of the day and it's an hospital. But then the custody don't usually like us taking drunk and incapable people in for custody because, again, they've got issues there, so...
You right? Can you give him a phone, please?
Yeah, I'll get it there.
Whoops.
See, that's why we don't... See, that's why we don't want you to go home, mate.
No sooner have they deposited the drunk than they're back in Newport, where trouble is brewing. In the high street, fights are breaking out between intoxicated revellers. Men and women.
She didn't do anything, she was just trying to help him.
People are so drunk that the police are left with no choice but to start making arrests.
It turns very quickly, doesn't it? You know, something will spark them off, and it's very chaotic. You don't really know what's gone on.
She was fighting with that guy.
Yeah.
When she was told to leave the town, she obviously went off with her friends. At which point, as my back's turned, she started effing and blinding.
Yeah.
She didn't get arrested.
Some people are just slow learners, Sarge.
This is the first female arrest that Luke's experienced since coming to the UK.
Do you arrest many Sheilas, do you, in Australia?
Probably,
Is it frowned upon as much as it is over here?
What's that? Locking Sheilas up?
Yeah.
Mate, male or female, doesn't matter. If you do the wrong thing, mate, you get locked up. Simple as that.
What's the matter?
Their passengers unhappy with her transport.
Don't be sick in my van. What's my now?
Now she means business.
Don't be nasty now.
The young woman is booked into custody, and the night ends with 35 arrests and Newport's 28 custody suites full to the brim. Five eye-opening weeks working alongside the British police force have come to an end for our foreign officers.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss this
place. Me too, yeah, it was very comfortable here, yeah. I think it's maybe the nicest place we have been.
Yeah.
My general overview of British policing is very good. Yeah. When I came here, I just discovered that, they also have challenges, almost similar to ourselves. So policing cannot be like a straightforward thing, whether you are resourceful or not. I think they deserve a pat on the back because they're doing great.
Working on the front line of British policing has given these foreign officers a unique insight into the UK's force.
I was expecting a very professional police force, and I found it.
You can see the zeal, they really want to work. And when they go there, they are confident, they know what they are doing, well trained.
I'm really quite impressed by the way they do their community policing.
It seems like there's been a big push for that here, and it seems to be working quite well. And I sort of have a little bit more time for community policing now. It goes hand in hand with your reactive style policing.
But there are some aspects of British policing that they've found difficult.
I don't know what your thoughts are, but I don't know how many times you've heard the term human rights since you've been here. It's frustrating for me because our job is hard enough as it is. And it just seems that this whole human rights thing impedes police officers.
As much as they empower the people to know their rights, they should also do the same for the people to know their responsibilities. Because you see, if you want your human rights to be protected, then your responsibility is that you must be law-abiding.
Because they say that they went to police by consent. And that means that they really want to be respected by the people.
Are police officers not human? They are human, so they also have human rights.
People don't respect the police the way that they should, and I think that a lot of that comes down to the fact that police officers let too many things go.
Yeah.
That's disappointing for me. I was expecting the coppers to be a lot tougher here on people, but unfortunately that's not the case.
There's just time for the officers to say their final farewells before they head home to implement the ideas inspired by their experience.
All in all, the last 5 weeks has been most enjoyable for me. Most of that comes down to the people that I've worked with and the people that I've met along the way, and particularly you guys, and you've sort of been like family for me.
We have finished a very hard
Our
task
mission.
here. And wish you the best to all of you guys. Cheers.
Cheers.
Please.
Take care. All the best.
From here, the officers fly home.
Wish you the best, Assistant Commissioner of Police.
That's right.
I want to see you as a police commissioner.
Ah, good.
But what UK-style police techniques will they implement when they get there?
So ladies first, as usual.
As usual.
Coming home.
A few weeks after their time in the UK, the foreign officers are settling back into their home lives. In Zambia, Alfred's keen to share his experiences with his family.
This is in Gwenti. As you can see, all this white stuff is snow. It's snow, including that, yes. Nana, do you know what snow is? Snow is ice.
Like ice.
Ice, yeah.
Yeah, ice.
Yes, the ice, falling ice.
Falling ice.
This one is Osofuno. Osofuno Latu. She was the youngest, I think, on this group. She's from Samoa.
Gonzalo is too short because I know that the Samoans are...
Oh, no, it's not Gonzalo. Osofuno, yeah. She's short, but all the same, she's larger than he is. You know, she's big. You are right, Samoans are very huge people. Look at her here. She's young, but already she's bulk. Here she is. Yeah.
Eager to show his colleagues what he's picked up in the UK, Alfred's heading to his police club.
You know this? You don't know this? Looks like what? Like a horse helmet.
Like a horse helmet.
Oh, this is Essex Police. Yeah.
SX.
Essex. Put it on. Yeah. Look. See? Police there, they don't know. Where is there? Police. No. There is no knocking. You walk to that house and break into that house. You just go 1, 2, 3. When they arrest a prisoner, put him in custody, they will strap that prisoner or suspect stark naked. Their custody is so marvelous. Custody officers are so proud. The custody is computerized. No one can enter there. No. When you enter there, you have business to do.
In Australia, Luke's returned to his role as constable, policing the small outback town of Kalgoorlie. And he's keen to introduce one particular style of UK policing.
After taking the bikes out in Gwent and realising the potential they've got, that's the one thing that I've brought back with me, and hopefully today will be the first of many occasions when we can get out and just do normal police work on push bikes rather than out in the cars.
It's been 10 years since Kalgoorlie's police force last used bikes.
Hello, how are you?
Hello. Ready, Franklin?
I'm just cruising.
Patched at 3 kg 903.
Roger. Thank you.
Just cruising. Just cruising.
Roger, Michael. Lucky, where do you want?
Hang on. Oh, mate.
It's not long before they're able to sneak up on some unsuspecting drinkers.
Before you run away, what's your name? If you want to have a drink in town, you got to go up to the flat. You can't be drinking in these parks because people keep ringing up because they're getting annoyed with it, all right? So you're going to get an infringement today because there's no tolerance with street drinking at the moment. It's $200, all right? Now, you probably don't have a driver's licence anyway, but if you did, it would be suspended if you didn't pay it. I think under the circumstances it was a pretty good day, actually. Got a lot of looks from a lot of people who haven't seen coppers on bikes for a long time here. Snuck up on a couple of people, which we ordinarily probably wouldn't have been able to, so... Yeah, I certainly think, yeah, it's been a good day.
On the peaceful island of Samoa in the South Pacific, PC Usafona was returned, empowered from her UK adventure, where she learnt that as a female officer, she was just as capable as a man.
We do judo, but it's different from this, but this is really good. Morning, sir.
Now she's back. She intends to change the attitudes towards women in her force.
I really support the fact that females need to take a lead in the ministry, and I would really love to see a lot of female police officers in the ministry. What do you think about if it's possible for 2 police female officers to patrol by themselves?
Well, it's a very good idea. Why not 2 females patrol by themselves?
Yes.
And I totally agree with that.
With her boss's approval, Usafona was heading out on her first female-only patrol. A first for the Samoan police.
Hello. Where am I? Oh, that's lovely.
Hello.
Most of the police officers come here to look for those who are actually doing drugs, cannabis kind of thing. I am not at all nervous about patrolling this female officer. I think it's because this is my country and this is Samoa, and I know really well how to handle problems.
Almost 7,000 miles away in the city of Pereira, Western Colombia, the crowds have gathered for the inauguration of their new commander of the Metropolitan Police Force, Colonel Gonzalo Londoño. After his invaluable experience in the UK, Gonzalo's returned home to be promoted.
I'm becoming something like similar like the chief constable you have over there. It's exactly the same position, so I'm so excited. I'm pretty sure that the UK experience can help me in the design of different techniques and procedures that can be applied on the field here.
In fact, he's already implemented one of the techniques used by Gwen Police. In the UK, he was impressed with how the mobile police stations brought the forces closer to the people. So in Colombia, he's created his own version.
What we have here is a local adaptation of the bus I saw in Went. Of course, the screen is a little bit small right now. It really works. Next week is going to be a 42 inches screen. But it works pretty good, and my officers even they like it, and the people like it. You know, the people stop and just have a look and think, what is this? What is the police doing here? You know, it's a high-tech police mobile police station. It's good.
In Zambia, Alfred too is full of fresh ideas for his force. He was blown away by the state-of-the-art firearms training in the UK.
Stop, hold it! Police, you, hold it! Do it!
Zambian police officers only have to pass one simple test to be allowed to carry guns. Alfred wants all that to change.
If I was to get this equipment,
Yes.
how much can it cost me?
I think we paid £40,000 for it.
In a Zambian scenario, that wouldn't be much money as compared to the compensations government pay to people that are accidentally shot by the police.
He wants to implement regular firearms training sessions in Zambia, but he's struggling with the resources available.
So it needs to be oiled.
The firearms trainer has a solution.
Use mine.
Do it properly. We don't want to casualties.
Even on home turf, Alfred's shooting is a little rusty.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Try to lower down.
If I lower down, I'll be
At least maybe.
shoot two yourself.
Alfred's trainer wants to show him how it's done.
I've missed also. I haven't done it. I've missed.
But firearms training isn't the only British bobby technique Alfred's decided to adopt. In the West Midlands, he was impressed with how a simple game of footy between police and local youths helped with breaking down barriers.
I like it.
Yeah, he was too young. He was too like a young man.
Back home, Alfred's organised a match between his own police unit and the local lads. But the Assistant Commissioner is a little unfit.
Yeah, the boys are tough.
Alfred's footy game also comes with a message.
Let's come this way. The 4 hours that you've been here have drawn you from a lot of trouble. Because do you know what those children who are not here, what are they doing now? They are smoking, they are drinking, and in the end, they get into trouble with the police. What are those things that we need to avoid as children? Sex. That's very good. If you want to be an effective player, avoid sex. Sex will draw your strength. And more importantly, with sex, what can you get?
HIV and AIDS.
HIV and AIDS. Thank you very much for having come. These programs now will do what? Will continue. You'll be seeing a lot of police officers coming and playing football with you. When I come in, please don't dribble me too much, eh? Okay.
In Australia, Luke's ambitions for his police force go further than patrolling on bikes.
I was particularly impressed in the UK with their public order training and the door entry training and room clearances. I've never been involved in anything like that before. In order to gain entries to houses, we sort of just play it by ear and just bumble our way through it a lot of the time. And it really took for me to go to the UK, see the quality of the training that they receive there, to come back and say, well, if they're doing the training there, then why the hell aren't we doing it here?
Luke's organised for his colleague, an ex-British policeman, to lead a break-in and entering exercise.
Don't use your arms. Your arms should stay rigid and you're just using your body to bang.
With no proper training facilities, they're unleashing themselves on a disused house.
Look out.
Place that word! Place that word! Clear! Clear!
This morning has been pretty valuable for just giving us a bit of assistance in doing door entries, which is something we have to do all the time. So I certainly got something from it, and I can guarantee you that the boys have taken something from this as well.
Returning home has given all the officers a chance to reflect on what they've learnt.
Well, before going to the UK, I've always considered myself to be a fair police officer and an approachable sort of person and an easygoing, laid-back sort of copper. But I think from being in the UK and coming back and learning the things that I learned, particularly about community policing, I think that's made me even more approachable now. And I think when it comes to promotion later on down the track, or just applying to police in a different area outside of Kalgoorlie, that's something which I'm certainly going to put on my CV to say, hey, I've been out there and I've policed in a different environment altogether, and I've learnt things from it, been able to implement new things here because of it. I mean, eventually I do want to get promoted and become a sergeant, and that's the sort of experience that 99% of the other coppers in this state will never get anything like that. So I consider myself to be pretty lucky, and yeah, I'm certainly not going to take it for granted.
I think all what we learned there was very relevant. Police is all about commands. You do this, and the constable must do. You do this, the constable must do. That's how we work as police officers. But when I came back here, I think I changed that. Policing is all about teamwork.
This experience actually changed me a lot. You know, I never realized that I could actually do better than before. Now that I've actually come back from this training and learning from all this experience, all my confidence just come back up, and I think I really like that, you know, standing up for yourself. It's actually made me realize that I really wanted to be the first female police officer to be the commissioner in Samoa.
Police can be a family. Basically, you want the same. You want to serve, you want to protect. No criminals, no crime, peace, convivence. At the end, we are looking for the same thing.
Next on 3, if you've eaten your own body weight in chocolate today, time to indulge in a Family Guy double instead. Straight after that, more of the surreal as we head off to Langley Falls for a double bill of American Dad at 10:45. And then if you haven't seen the final White Van Man, don't go anywhere. It's here at 11:30.